Okay, first things first. Where was I in the story? The road less travel. Oh, I think I just got done with Shiva. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that in a minute. We have to do this first. I do my class quest for Paladin, and then we'll knock out story. Oh, there it is. Hey, Shadow, how's it going? It is not Xenoblade. You are absolutely correct. It is Final Fantasy XIV, which is better than Xenoblade. I know that it's blasphemous to say, but I still say it. How you doing, man? Welcome, friend. I have important news for you. In my search for the traitor, I've been looking through old records and discovered something chilling. Around the time the traitor, I'm not even going to try that, was named Captain, several famed soldiers of Sultansworn met with untimely deaths. But strangely, the records do not say how they died. Curious, I begged the favor of an old friend and received permission to inspect medical records kept by the Fondale's Monastery. I discovered that the soldiers died of various ways, some in combat, some sudden by night, up in the barracks, but in nearly every case there were signs of a poison had been played a role in their demise. Yes, poison, carefully and visibly administered. The more I read, the more I saw the dark hand of death's embrace at work. Assassins in the pay and service of the monetarist. A society so secretive that few believe it truly exists. But no matter how skilled and devious the assassins, they should not have been able to kill so many Sultansworn elite without having been discovered. That is, without the help of even from within our own ranks. So I asked myself, who is the most to gain from their deaths? One by one, the formal captain, his trusted allies, the most capable of the Sultansworn, who might become future commanders, all of them, slain by an invisible hand. And with their deaths, the way was open for him to become the Sultansworn's youngest captain in a century. The monetarists are plotting to kill the best and bravest of the Sultansworn, to purchase the ranks of the greatest and innervate, so it could be no longer carry out its duty to serve as sword and shield the Sultanate. Which begs the question, how did he remain captain for 30 long years? How did he evade the poison's kiss, when men better than him had succumbed? There can only be one explanation. He was the monetarist's cat's paw, the turncoat in our midst. Needless to say, I am more determined to track him down than ever before. While I continue my investigation, I have a trial for you. I want you to seek the gallant armor, the legendary raiments worn by generations of the finest soldiers of Sultansworn. In accordance with the Sultansworn tradition, a set would be yours has been scattered across the southern Thanalan, each piece locked away within a coffer, which is to be guarded by 2 men. You must best the Sultansworn themselves you are to claim their armor. Alright, I'm sorry. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I'm good, though. Gonna start Final Fantasy 15. Nice. 15 is okay. It starts off strong. Now, I say that, I haven't played it since it came out, so I don't know if they changed anything about it. But the ending of that game is a little rough. It definitely feels rushed. Yeah, but hopefully you enjoy it. I actually really like 15. Yeah, it's the boy band one. I might actually do more Tales of Vesperia tomorrow. I'm really enjoying that game. Okay, well, this is actually a bit of a problem. What is healing you? Okay, do we have to kill the elite first? You're being annoying. No, it is the squire. The squire's healing. Fuck you. I'm quickly running out of space. I might have to sell some of my equipment at one point. Okay, that's 2 down. God, it feels nice to finally be wearing some plate armor. Yeah, I hope it goes well for you, dude. No, I'm good. I know, I'm terrible. Really? Okay, now we got a crown. And I think the last one's the boots, right? Actually, how is our Chocobo doing? He's not even close to leveling up. Oh, fucking hell. Wrong button. Get out of here. Alright, that wasn't too bad. You know, if I really wanted to, I should go play Your Namesake and go do Final Fantasy 12 and torture myself with that game again. Because I do want to see why people like it. Hey, 10-2 had was amazing.
The costume quality was if you were playing alone.
10-2 is so cheap because you could actually have like, I had 2 Death Knights and an Alchemist. Alchemist just makes a healing item which is, heals you to full health, and Dark Knights just like lose their health and increase damage. And I cheesed the hell out of every fight in the game. Game is so broken. Good, the armor is yours. You have learned your lesson well and honed your skills. Now ready to face the traitor. Yes, the time has come. I've discovered his hiding place and made contact through emissaries. We're negotiating the return of the Oathkeeper. Secrecy is crucial, so as is preparation. Leave only when you are ready. And this gives us cover. Take all damages in for another party member as long as said party member remains within 10 yalms. Does not activate with certain attacks. Okay. The recovery of the Oathkeeper must be the first step in restoring the honor of the Sultan Swarm. I have told Skull Sky, I don't even, Silk Guy, I'm not even, again, I'm butchering this, that if he returns the sword, we will give him a fair trial. Otherwise, he shall be captured and thrown into the defeated Sultana for judgment. The parley is to take place south of the Forgotten Springs in the Segoli Desert. Give me your map and I'll mark the location. While I believe he is acting alone, we must be prepared for anything. You may be certain that the monetarist will not take kindly to his surrender. In fact, I believe that should the monetarist discover he is willing to parley, they will surely try to intervene. Therefore, we must not speak of what we do not to anyone. We should travel separately as to not attract attention. We shall meet again at the parley. Okay. So we're gonna go to Forgotten Springs. And while I'm there, I gotta make a bunch of room. I'm slowly running out of inventory space. Okay. We could probably sell that. What's my current... Oh, this is kind of the problem. Pretty sure I can sell that. That's enough of that for right now. Oh, wait. I need the... I think I actually sold... Yeah, but we need this back. Oh, I wish there was an easier way to do this. Why do I have this? That's weird. Oh, wait, fuck. Did I sell them? No, they're right there. Okay, you know what would probably help? There we go. Stop dragging it all the way over there. Thank God. Fuck, that's annoying. Already off to a wonderful start with this stream. Okay, so where is the rendezvous point with this guy? Over here? Cool. So, you dared to come. You're a brazen one, I'll grant you that. But you really think I wouldn't find out? Come, confess. My allies within the Sultan's Sworn have told me the truth. I know that you are working in league with the traitor and the Monitorists. Confess. At your dying breath, you will tell me where I can find the Oathkeeper and the traitor who stole it. Do you dare to accuse my own Sultan's Sworn of lying? We're comrades in arms, every one of us, bound in brotherhood by oath. I would trust them with my life. What is your word which you set against theirs? We know the meaning of honor. You are a naive fool. I suspected you from the beginning, ever since you showed me the soul of the paladin that the traitor, Zokile gave you. You were, no matter how briefly, a paladin. As such, you are bound by the code of honor that is as unforgiving as it is noble. Traitor, I sentence you to death and decreed that your body shall lie here and feed the crows. Alright, time to fuck them all up. Get fucked, nerd. You cannot do this. I'm the greater swordsman. You're superior in every way. You were blinded, Janelles, by your own conviction. I hate all these fucking names. Remember your own lesson. A paladin does not exist to defend his position or the honor of his fellow Sultan Sworn. Those men were assassins in service to the monarchs. The moment you outlived your usefulness, you were to be killed. You and this free paladin of yours. Liar. You were their agent. You betrayed us for them. You were always naive. Too willing to trust your fellow man. It's one of your virtues, but you have a deplorable habit of turning your virtues into vices. Think. The information you uncovered, how did you come by it? Did it fall into your lap? As if, oh, I don't know, someone was feeding it to you for your own purposes? You and the paladins under your command are the monitors' lapdogs. Jinlins, you have been led a merry dance and followed their lead at every step. Then you were never a traitor. You were innocent? I have wronged you. Easy now. Your wounds aren't mortal. You still need to rest. I'll take care of the captain. He's had worse, and I'll have him back on his feet soon enough. You become a fine warrior and learn all that there is to know about the ways of the paladin. I think perhaps that you are not aware of just how much you've grown. Well, 'tis time you were made aware, paladin. When the captain is recovered, keep an eye on him for me, will you? We'll need someone like you to watch his back. Okay, so now we gotta go back to Ul'dah. Off. Paladin, I've done you a great wrong. I allowed myself to be hoodwinked. Accused you of treason, even turned my sword against you. Hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. As for me, yes, I'm recovered from my wounds, at least those that will heal. Far more important than that, Zagail is innocent after all. He's never a traitor, and the dream I followed in my youth was not a lie. I mean, captain of the elite, although a poor substitute for my predecessor. I'm now working on a plan to strike back at the monitors and restore the Sultan Sworn to its former strength. Do not be afraid for me. We've unmasked the foe, and we cannot hide beyond his deceptions anymore. The assassin won't find it easy to reach me. For now, I will bide my time, marshal my strength, and when the time is ripe, strike hard at our enemies. Okay, so now we got cover. And then next one we got Hollowed Ground, renders you impervious to most attacks. Okay, great. That sounds good. So let's go over to the road less traveled, just over in Cothras. Alright, let's see where we are in plot. There he is, and none worse for wear. Is there any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for all of us when I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you'd be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life, an outcome worthy of celebration, and one which we have lions to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Emmerich. We should be content with that we have accomplished. I, for one, should not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. It is a matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it take days, weeks, moons, or even years, the knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Delamont, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport, in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that I have no doubt. I take it these same supplies the heretics stole from the House Fantome's caravan? Less the crystals which comprised the bulk of the shipment, yes, scarcely a fraction of what was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Oh, and on a unrelated note, Lions, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord has been most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk your life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Men can vent their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray do not think less of him. Alright, so now we go and see Ashafant. I could just teleport over there, but I do want to save a little bit of money. I've been spending a lot of it. What were you thinking, Lions? Wagering your own very being on the dubious theory that which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual and summon Shiva anyway, and then engaging the abomination in mortal combat. But the Fury, Lions, it's the stuff of ballads, battle for the ages. That I had been there to fight it by your side. Yet I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But you are here now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Emmerich wished to have words with you and Master Alphinaud in private. He awaits you in the Interceri. Right, he wants us to go check out Midgardsomr, right? No, no. Okay, so we gotta switch over to Bard. Greetings, sir. I will show you in at once.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Natalan.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgardsomr could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind?
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
Yay, nothing like political intrigue in my fantasy game. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends of the Rising Stones. What they say is true. Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. This is a complete reprisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave implications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes the primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then if it becomes known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that can summon primals, but her civilized people as well, and any lingering objections in the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we may very well find ourselves facing a combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Lions, it is better that we continue this conversation to Mordona.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthis, assuming you're ready to speak of it. Excellent. I shall summon the others at once. Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogulmog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. But full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think. Hydaelyn speaks to her as well. If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth. Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgardsomr was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well-founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgardsomr. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
I mean to scour the annals of knowledge of Midgardsomr, given his great age. I dare say he appears in more than a few. Do you hear that? The commotion outside? Would you see if aught is amiss? Alliance, 'tis well that you are on hand. We have a problem. Raelio has escaped. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She has been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards. It is plain she received inside help. Since reports seeing Rael quitting the city via the Gate of the Null with a bloodied spear in her hand. She makes for the Cassian Meridium. I'm certain of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to Imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilbert and the First are hot upon her heels. Better make haste to Camp Blue Frog and join the hunt. Okay. Slowly running out of stuff that I remember from this content. I know we go to the Keeper of the Lake, talk to Midgardsomr, but we should be getting pretty close to the end. My thanks for coming, Scion. I have spoken with the soldiers here, and they say that she walked to the camp, but not a Belago. She walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Raban's decision to keep the matter a secret to think for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her. So here we are. Rael must not be allowed to reach Cassian Meridium. Why do I have quests over here? Oh, that sucks. Okay. This wretch was with her. He threw himself at us that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut her down. Not even when when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own. Goddamn harpy. With me, Signs, we almost have her. Okay, so I'm really not sure what the approach for this is. Find her. Do it tight. Yes, sir. Good work, men. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. I look up to you as one of your Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What would you know of Lo? You're a spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. Think it's your God's given right to rule over others. You would know not of our plight, the injustice that we low-bornish guardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive, stealing, killing, and even whoring myself. It's no fault of mine if fools imagined me a paragon when I joined the flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you were the only person to ever have suffered. In case you have forgotten, Raban himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth, with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand we had been dealt with and played it to the best of our ability. Life was a battle, but no matter what fate threw us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are we any different then? 'Tis true that we were both mercenaries of lowly birth. And 'tis true that we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. If life has taught me but one thing, it is that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my arm than raise a hand against a friend. But enough talk. We will return to Ul'dah to face justice, and the people from whose trust you have dragged to the gutter. Not so much as a hint of remorse. It is well that this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We'd hope that we have chosen our allies more wisely than Raban chose his. We can hope that.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Raban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
Captain Elbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we've completed our interrogation, we will take our findings directly to General Raban. He may have the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. But I have one final last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones and appraise Menphilia all that has happened. I'm aware that the descendant held Rael in high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. What's that? Big Rock Falls, everyone dies, yes. That is how all of Final Fantasy XIV ends. After all the epic journey, we're just gonna be like, drop a rock on everybody.
See, feel, hear, explode!
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alphino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say.
I guess that's how you say that name. I fucking would never...
Together with Robon,
Sure.
Eileen lent us much-needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled. My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with white auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Hebrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Hebrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white auracite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
Twould seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the auracite. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Val. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the Isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Aye, yet the mystery endeth not with the Isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement, but I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the Dark Beings call the One True God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Hey, Nocturnal. Yeah, I wanted to stream a little bit more. Hope your night's going well.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald.
Almost 6 a.m. there? God damn.
But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the media project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Vorissos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me.
Wait, what? I'm confused. What? I mean, I don't have to. I'm gonna be only going for about another hour anyway, so... because I gotta get some sleep. I'm getting kind of tired myself.
By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, why you must be made to reveal whose it is.
So much political intrigue.
A trusted friend. Now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Okay.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
I'll still be here for a little bit.
I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monitorous scum. Your crimes will not go unpunished. Purge this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12. I swear it!
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace. I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Uldar's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monitorists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Eorzea can ill afford for the immortal flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ulda.
The true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monitorists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Uldar to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Rauban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Uldar.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monitorists shall cease to be. Uldar will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Rauban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
Thank you. I am most eager to address the Ascian threat, however we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that St. Shiva will not be the last problem we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think to the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions at Seven Dawn. Some days I wonder if it was wise for us to take so many other responsibilities. Lest you forget, as Ascendant, the Scions need not burden the shoulder the burden alone. Were not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason? True, we are presented with a multitude of problems, however we also have the resources we need to address them in turn. Alliance in particular is an ever-steadying hand, who I trust will continue to support the Braves. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Ulda? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation of one of their highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice to say, Telegiad Alegi and his monitorist ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with the ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Rauban needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I'm to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Ulda, unless you have an objection. None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand. Bright's research is proceeding as planned. So she tells me, though I'm not familiar with the details. Oriange is poring over the tomes at the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will, remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it's only a matter of time. Lions, while you refocus on this task, perhaps you can assist Alphinaud and his braves with theirs. It would do much to restore faith in the immortal flames if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your team status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Railslader's report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information, while others wish kept secret, hence I have placed him under my direct command in order to investigate the Ulden riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. If there is any developments out on our front, I shall inform you once in the usual fashion. Okay. I'm trying to make as much progress as I can in the next hour, because I want to be done with this stretch of the game. Pleasure as always, Lions. We were escorting the commander to Ulda, I take it. Actually, I have another task in mind for him. It'd be kind to repeat your report for his benefit. Right then. Me and mine have been making inquiries into the source of the weapons which found their ways in the refugees' hands a ways back. So how as we caught wind of something promising, a rather large purchase of sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer holed up near High Bridge. I doubt this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that for whatever reason would prefer for this transaction to remain silent. Or secret. Brings to mind that the merchant which caught an arrow while talking to lions, don't it? Generous fella he was, doling out swords and spears to downtrodden and disgruntled. Which isn't to say that these clients have the same mischief in mind. But if you want to be sure, it might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods, savvy? Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be for the best. However, we strike at the opportune hour. We must capture the black marketeer as well as his clients. What say you, Lions? It is settled. Rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at the High Bridge and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you would excuse me, I must leave for Ulda. I expect good tidings. Lions. My scouts have been keeping a close eye on the black marketeer, and it would seem that his guests have arrived. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard, common thugs with no consequences, but they nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a man of your standing, and Commander Olivier need have dispatched you hither. But powerful men have needs of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, 'tis only natural he would come to rely upon you without hesitation. Now then, we must make for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure the clients do not escape. With me, Lions. I spy the one man, but there are sure to be others. I have a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction, my men and I will slip past and catch the Black Musketeer unawares. Once you've disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Then let us be off. Good luck, my friend. Who goes there? An adventure? Damn fool, should have never come here. Up. One more. I don't understand. What's this all about? As you can see, this is a fine mess. When I went to try to restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out. Before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard and to bring an inexperienced recruit. Commander Olivier will be most disappointed. Damn it all. Golden opportunity wasted. As for the clients, though we know not how, they slipped past our perimeter. At present, the first is currently tracking a party of Duskrite sellswords we suspect may be them. Or that we could enlist the aid of the Immortal Flames or the Blast Blades. Unless we are here to aid them, they are in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least, we've secured the weapons, yet even that accomplishment is lacking, for the information we received indicated a massive shipment. It's anything but. I will join the first in their hunt for the Duskrite sellswords. If gods are good, we'll catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I ask you to deliver these weapons to Ul'dah in my stead, and trust them to the third Yu Hase. He will take care of the rest. Okay, so where is he at? He is... I'm actually not really sure. Okay, let's just go to the Weavers Guild. What is going on over here? Oh, okay. No, that's the New Year's event.
Did you do the New Year's event?
Huh?
Did you do the New Year's event?
Yeah, that's the one with the fortune telling.
That's right. Did you get a map or anything?
No. Ah, the Warrior of Light, ever reliable friend of the Crystal Braves. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Cothras. What brings you here to us this day? A gift of weapons from a certain black marketeer, courtesy of Captain Ilbert, you say? Understood. Once we catalog the contents, I will have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This can't be everything, can it? Rail stated to confidence that there would be a far greater quality of weapons. A blatant falsehood. Clearly Royal is unfamiliar with the ways of Ulden merchants. They ever strive to present themselves as greater than they are. We should be thankful that his information was not completely erroneous, that we managed to achieve anything of worth at all. It's still something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. If you have no further needs of us, then I shall take my unit to this cerealium processing plant. Time for the Fourth to earn their keep, eh? Fight well, Aileen. For the freedom and for all. Excellent work as always, my friend. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contribution. Until we meet again. Lions, a word if it pleases you. Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time, don't you worry. Thanks for indulging me request. Few places better than a market for privacy, I find. All the hustle and bustle of commerce means most conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point. At the Burning Wall, when you and the captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything. Leave no detail out. That is not quite how the first told it. Those dust rights they were chasing. They just word is that we lost the trail. But you never saw him yourself. Not before the fighting started. And not after. Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in me bones. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boast. Our information was reliable, goddammit. I know we purchased those weapons. As if I never deciphered a moneylender's book or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Plenty of that back when the Braves were still getting started, believe me. The commander wanted assurance that we weren't taking gil from the wrong set of benefactors. Of course, these days the money flows like water. The first and the third get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend. I have a lot on my mind these days, and I appreciate you lending an ear. Alright then, best get back to it. Lions, can you hear me? This is Tataru. Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you are able. Thank you for coming so quickly, Lions. We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. A most determined lady by all indications. Our guest is with the Grand Ascendant at the Solar at the present. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we?
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgardsomr himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgardsomr had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgardsomr. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept?
Well, I can't say no.
We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Forgive me if I state aught which you already know, but I am sure that you understand the nature of your destination. As Ariange stated, that what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrius, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, as the next step of his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius von Belsar attempted to seize control of Mordona. So massive was his force that all thought his victory was a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea that day. Midgardsomr, legendary guardian of Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Guardian airship overhead. In what would later be known as the Battle of Silvertear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrius. In an ensuing struggle, The flagship's cerulean engines failed, and it tumbled into the lake below. This victory came at a great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. That same explosion transformed Silvertear Falls into a desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing ether from malms around. Yet the remnant of the lake remains, and at its center a constant reminder of the fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Emmerich's wishes, our dome and allies have been standing the keeper of the lake. If you would wish to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. I mean, you would... Freaking hell. Be careful, my friend. We know not what dangers await you within. Now then, let us not neglect our own task. There is much to be done and precious little time to do it. I thought maybe I'd be able to get this done before that, but I don't know anymore. I'll give it a shot. I'm getting kinda tired. Or just DPS. We aren't that important, right? I could take a backseat a little bit. You are in luck, sir. I was about to send word to Remnant's Toll about the Garleans. Of late, I've seen small airships, likely from Cassium Century, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake. Though I cannot say for certain at this distance, I believe they were salvaging through from within the wreckage. The Cassium supply lines have been cut for some time, and I'd wagered they're desperately in need of spare parts and other equipment. So it's true then. The Ishgardians honestly fear the worm might rise again? Well, from here that seems rather unlikely, but if assurances they want, we've no choice but inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage. The aforementioned Garleans would not take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire upon an airship, so I advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Agrius, then climb to the top. It's the only viable approach, I'd say. Okay. Keeper of the Lake. There it is. Now we gotta kill some time. So what I might want to go do is... Let's see, Pedro's is at 16, so we're good on that. We're gonna go over to Ul'dah real quick. Ooh. Yeah, this dungeon won't be the last thing I do tonight, because I am getting a little weird. Welcome to the Thermitage's Guild. It is fate that has guided your steps here, friend. Within these harrowed halls, the arts of devastation are taught in primeval magics of which to bring about your enemy's ruin. If you wish to join our ranks and wield the power of the Thermitage, I urge you to seize this moment and confine with me your arcane ambitions. If you wish to join, yes. Yes, there truly are no other answer, was there? Lean closer now, and I shall whisper to you the Thermitage's beginnings. The nation of Ul'dah inherited its traditions from the ancient Belladia, a city founded by the descendants of the first mages. The secrets of these illustrious sorcerers were ultimately entrusted to the priests of the Order of Nalthal, who have passed down from generation to generation ever since. Focused and refined over centuries of use in the Order's funeral rites, the arcane magics of our ancestors eventually emerged as an art we know now as thaumaturgy. A freezing blizzard to halt corruption, a raging fire to cleanse the corpse, a bolt of lightning to expel the sins of mortal life. The dwellers employed in the preparations of the dead are equally efficacious when applied to the living. Thus does our guild thrive in the depths of Arazith Ossuary, a sanctuary devoted to Thal, the divine arbiter of the afterlife. What say you then, adventurer? If you would plume the abyssal depths of thaumaturgy, let us learned sages guide your descent. Before you can leap into darkness, we must prove to your guild masters you possess the spiritual fortitude necessary to look upon which waits therein. When you are ready to submit to the judgment of our most eminent mages, say the word. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild, or are you to presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? Wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I'd have you study the volumes of fundamental terminological principle, all 108 of them. Or at least I would if such requirements were not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices, they said. I suppose we'll just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guildmasters. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. They have all wield supreme authority. It is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild when one is required. Master Kokobigo, I believe. Where are you? Oh wait, no, I gotta talk to him first. I don't have it yet. Who? What? Oh, Bathal's teeth, man. Did your mother never tell you not to startle a thaumaturge? Look at that expectant face, Kokobigo. This gentleman is obviously a new applicant for the guild seeking audience with our eldest brother. Oh, Prelate Yayaki. She can recite the 307 verses of the rudiment, Funerally writes for the virtuous fallen, but the simple task of keeping our names straight seems ever beyond her grasp.
That's a lot of words you just said.
Well, I, for one, find the constant confusion endlessly entertaining. My apologies, good sir. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our sibling Kukubuki for whom you should speak. What's this? Thal has led us to a new aspirant. Ah, Kokobuki. Were you there this entire time? Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest. I would venture to say the wisest of the 5 masters of the Thaumaturge's Guild. My solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with a such succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus, I would have your full attention. To wield thaumaturgy is to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude. The lethal force of our spells far exceed the destructive capacity of any other form of arcane manipulation.
That's right, go fast.
Fire, lightning, blizzards, somnolescence. The thaumaturge calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manners of adversaries. Open your mind to our sorcerer's teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course, such power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidden chasm of thaumaturgy's secrets. For advancement in this art only comes the completion of deadly and terrible trials. I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss and pursue for power unrivaled? Yes, of course I am. A confident response. Your name, if you will. Very well, Lions. Let us mark your initiation with these... I don't know how to say that, practical gifts. My first gift shall be addition to your hunting log the name of such enemies... Okay, fuck it. We're just gonna go. The names of such enemies that will prove suitable for your training as a thaumaturge. The second and third gifts are a scepter and shield, instruments you shall need to focus a destructive... I didn't know how much longer that was gonna be, so it was just best that I just go into the dungeon.
Those poor NPCs. Where did he go?
What?
The NPCs who you're talking to, you just disappear.
I'm so glad I'm not tanking right now, because I don't think I could handle tanking. Am I just delusional, or does things seem a little weird? Okay, now it seems to be a regular pace. I don't know, it seemed like it was going faster for a second.
The arrows are
What? No, it felt like everything was moving faster. what that was. I think my current rings are like 110. No, they're 130. These are so much better. Yeah, here. definitely changed up this dungeon a little bit. Because, I mean, I'm not hating on it, but I remember the flames used to be a thing that would stay there for a bit. Oof. Yeah. Sorry, that might have been picked up on my mic. God damn.
Slumber sweet. Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Alright, let's see how this plays out. Okay, this is looking pretty same. This one's coming down. Excuse me? Oh, this is different. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. So I'm pretty sure if I stand, like, over here, we'll be fine. Oh, I got another stack of... That sucks. Oh. Okay, so he does Akmor, and we gotta stand there a couple times. I think... Is it gonna be over here that's safe? Fuck. Come on, get back in there. There we go. That was real bad. I misclicked at the last second there. Alright.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve. Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive. 7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end. not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
I don't quite understand why he does this.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath-breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more. The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp. I drink of her body.
No, come on. Right at the end there, this is when the stream wants to die?
Life, when it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heldeth a beginning and an end.
Come on, let me just get to this one cutscene. I was gonna end it here anyway. You can summon Midgardsomr by selecting corresponding entry within your minion guide. Okay, got it. Okay. That's really weird. I'm beginning to fear the worst. Those explosions I saw. You didn't waste time talking to me. Alpha Node left a message saying you should return to the Rising Stones at once. Okay, we're gonna go to Mordona, and we're gonna call it there. I think I made a decent bit of progress today, and right My internet wants to die right now anyway, so it's all good. I think tomorrow I want to do some Tales of Vesperia for all day. I'm going to do Tales of Vesperia all day. Just stream as much as